Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here. We can be heroes for just one day. There's always that one movie that just makes me go, wow. That was one of the most amazing movies that I've ever seen. Last year it was the movie 50/50, which ironically ended up being the best movie that I saw in 2011. Well, this time I may have struck gold again, and the year isn't even over, but I want to talk about The Perks of Being a Wallflower, directed by Stephen Chbosky, who also is in fact the screenwriter, the producer, and the writer of the actual novel of the same name. Now, what I loved so much about this movie was how relatable it was, yet sometimes not. But it's the story of a boy who really just has a very dark and unexplainable past. Yet, when he finally gets to high school, he manages to discover this whole world that he never knew truly existed. He thought that he was alone, he thought that nobody even noticed him, and all of a sudden he's embraced by all of these kids who probably at one point in time felt exactly like him, that he wasn't the only one with problems. These were kids that, joked about life, laughed about life, but also took things serious. It was very similar to the way people usually deal with their friends. Like, I felt like, drama in the circle of friends, that's happened to me. People watching, all the little get-togethers and all the little traditions, that's something that I've always had, and that's something that a lot of people have with their closest friends. It was just a very, very heartfelt, very well-written, very well-acted movie. Oh, Hermione Granger, how you've changed. Emma Watson, you have fully grown into this beautiful, talented actress, even though I was able to sense a little bit of the British accent while you were doing so hard to sound American. Logan Lerman plays a very convincing 14-year-old, and I think he's probably 21 or 22. Ezra Miller stole the show, without a doubt. Not to slack her, Mae Whitman did a great job too. Paul Rudd, Dylan McDermott, a great cast of characters. Even Joan Cusack shows up at the very end of the movie. It was just such a heartfelt, dramatic, but at the same time a real feel-good movie. Like, I was smiling throughout the entire movie. I was laughing, I felt sympathy, I felt so many amazing emotions. It's that one movie that just gives you that little something extra, be it just completely fantastic or just ultra relatable. And usually it's the movies that feel so average and so ordinary and bring out the beauty in the ordinary. That's what makes these kinds of movies so great. And I would encourage anybody to go see this movie. This is not a chick flick, this is a great, well-written movie. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie actually ends up being nominated for some Academy Awards. I'll tell you the best way to describe it. If you've ever seen the movie Charlie Bartlett, it was one of those dark, dramatic comedies that really gave you the essence of the classic teen comedy, but basically also made it its own movie. And that's what Perks does. There were a lot of Cameron Crowe-esque moments in that movie, like if you've seen movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Almost Famous. That's what this movie felt like to me, and I love those kinds of movies. So The Perks of Being a Wallflower is getting 4 out of 4, and I may consider even reading the book. Even though I try to read the book before the movie, this is a book I may still want to pick up and read. So that's it, guys. Comment, like, and subscribe. And the question that I want to leave for you today is, ironically, this is a movie that stars 2 actors that were in fantasy sagas. You had Emma Watson, of course, in the Harry Potter films, but you also had Logan Lerman in the first Percy Jackson movie. And believe it or not, there's a second one, and it's coming out next year. Sea of Monsters. Are you looking forward to seeing it? I am the Lawn Gnome, and remember that actions speak louder than words.